Welcome to Blowing Solutions Wide Open, where we're talking about all things spiritual as well as creating new systems in the area of healthcare, finance, government, education, and new environmental practices. My name is Addie Halkin. If you think that you have ideas or things to share in any of the areas I just mentioned, please feel free to email blowingsolutionswideopen@gmail.com, or you can put the word guest in the comment section of this video, and I'd potentially be happy to get you on this channel and reach out to you and have you share with people what you know. If you have other ideas around helping the planet or helping humanity in subjects that I did not just cover, that's great too. I'd love to hear about it. And if you're not somebody that wants to be on a podcast, but you'd like to contribute to getting information through, please leave that in the comments or in an email. Also, please like, share, subscribe, and comment if you want to see more content or you have an interest in getting alternative information out to more people. So today, I'd like to first address a video I made recently. I think it was called Help for North Carolina. And I talked about something that we can do that's fairly inexpensive around helping them out. It's kind of hard to really help when a lot of us are struggling financially, and also that, we're just not in the same state. But this is something that I'd heard about that I thought I would share with you guys. And so I talked about you can round up all the grocery store and like Walmart, Target, all the major shopping store plastic bags that you have in your home, and you can send them out to North Carolina because there are people on the ground out there who know how to turn those bags into waterproof mattresses. A lot of people are living in tents. They're homeless. They have nothing, and the conditions are not good out there. It's cold. It's moldy. A lot of people are getting sick because of just all the stuff that has run through that environment with the hurricane. And so anyhow, I had shared that with you. I want to talk to you a little bit about what I had experienced. I put my package together recently and I went to ship it. And I originally used this box. I don't know how well you can see it. It's considered a medium-sized Home Depot, like I think packing box, like something you would move with. It's big, but I didn't think it was that big. I have a lot of bags. So I used that box and then I threw some like hats and scarves and gloves because I know that they could use as much kind of warming items out there as possible because it's cold for these people. And this box was under 9 pounds. And the first thing I did is I went to the post office and they quoted me their lowest shipping costs or price, which was $123. That was an obvious no. So then I called UPS and they quoted me $93. And then I decided to drive to FedEx and they quoted me $90. I guess it's good that it was going down, but yeah, none of that was worth it to me. So when I was at FedEx, I asked the guy that gave me that quote, I said, in my position, what would you do? I told him what was in the box. And he said, well, you could, if you had a vacuum sealer, you could pull all the air out of those bags and potentially condense them down into a smaller box. And I thought about that. I don't have an air sealer or whatever. But I thought, I bet if I leaned my body weight on these bags, I could do kind of something about like what he was saying. And so I went home. I pulled all the bags out of that box and I was able to get them into this box. Obviously it's full of tape because it's stuffed as much as it could possibly be stuffed. In fact, unfortunately, I was not able to put the hats and gloves and stuff in there, but I did get all the bags in there. And I called around for quotes on that box and I got one as low as $21. So I wanted to share that with you. Clearly, our mailing system is all screwed up around big items. So if you're looking to do that, if you're looking to contribute to North Carolina through sending out your bags, just make sure that you're able to condense them down and get them into the smallest box possible. Again, all I used was my body weight. Yeah, I think that it's doable. I know that, $21 is much more what I had in mind in regards to shipping those out there to them. So anyway, now I am going to get on to what I actually intended to talk about in this video. this is just kind of a fun little video, and it's about our generations and some of the things that I've observed in the generations on the planet right now. Before I start, I want to, let you know that this is all general stuff. I realize that everybody's an individual. Just because you fall in one category or another doesn't mean that everything I'm saying is going to apply to you. Obviously, use your own judgment on this, but I want to talk about some of what I have observed. Um, First of all, I broke these down as far as what the generations are. I don't know all the specifics per generation, but I kind of broke them into two categories. These are some of the older people on the planet, and these are some of the ones that have come in more recently. For the older generations, you've got the traditionalists. I'd never heard of them. Bless them. They've clearly been here a long time. They must be doing really good if they're still here. Baby boomers and Gen X. For the younger generations, you've got millennials, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha. What I have seen as far as strengths in the older generations is I have seen that they really do have a pretty grateful attitude a lot of times. They really just find gratitude in the smaller things, and that goes a long way. Gratitude is a very high frequency, and it's something that I know I really appreciate. I think that these older generations do better at physical and mental stability. They don't tend to break down as much. They're kind of solid as rocks a lot of times. They're clearly very hardworking. I think that they tend to do well and thrive on logic, and they're pretty compliant with a lot of things. And I'll come back to that last one there. As far as the younger generations, the strengths that I am seeing with these guys is that they really bring it when it comes to spiritual awareness. They tend to be more open-minded, and I love that. They're flexible. They often work well with intuition, and they're non-compliant. And I look at both compliance and non-compliance as a strength. When it comes to compliance, that can be strong in group situations or situations where you're really working to try to benefit the whole. It's not necessarily always about you. I think compliance is always, is good when it comes to not fighting with people. But I also think non-compliance is a really strong quality because I feel like we should question everything. I think that, nobody can tell you what's right for you but you. And so if something doesn't feel right, don't comply. It's that simple. I fall here. I'm kind of at the end of Gen X, so I feel like I'm kind of in the middle, but I know that I can say that when I first started working with these guys, I was annoyed. I'm not going to lie. I was annoyed with the work ethic. I was annoyed at the entitlement attitudes, and it took me a while to see all of this. But boy, am I glad that I did, because I really resonate with a lot of this, and I really appreciate what the younger generations have brought to the planet. Um, you know, I will say equally, I have been annoyed with this group of people too. I mean, I can tend to find myself annoyed with the closed-mindedness and the continuing to believe the same thing and listen to the same people. And, I have to kind of sometimes back up and go, yeah, but look at how grateful they are and look at how hardworking they are. And, these guys have brought just as much to the planet as these guys. And so I feel like this is really more about a balancing act and finding the strengths in each kind of energy in each kind of group of people and really trying to embody both of those strengths. I feel like if these guys could learn to recognize that the younger generations are seeing things in a different way. And maybe we could use that right now because, we've been doing this for a long time and it's not working anymore. Things are not working in this kind of 3D realm. They're not. And so if these guys can tend to look at this and start learning from some of what the younger generations are bringing, they might do better. And vice versa. If these guys can look at these older generations and be a little bit more grateful and realize that, it's the physical and mental stability and the hard work that these guys have brought to lay a solid foundation so they could be where they're at. I think that'd be a great thing. I think that, this just takes collaboration and recognizing each other's strengths and building upon that. I am an independent person. I don't particularly care to work in groups. I got to be honest. It's just not ever really been my thing, but I am recognizing that right now that's what's being asked of us. There's no one of us that can do all of these changes that we really need to get moving on this planet, in order for us to survive and also thrive. So we're going to have to start working together more. And why not just, take the strengths of each side of it and start, building a more whole person. Um, I think that's the best of both worlds. So anyway, that's all I wanted to share today. Again, if you have spiritual stories or you have anything to contribute to, I don't care how big or small it is, to finding new ways, finding new systems, creating solutions, reach out to me at blowingsolutionswideopen@gmail.com or leave the word guest in the comment section of this video. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys on another one. Take care.